Give me up when you're on. When I be up when you're Joe, I hope you wish you were Joe. Oh, cherry, shallow, shallow. Let me feel me my piano. This music can I hear. Oh, it's easy. But you're feeling very easy. Oh, you're beginning. Oh, you're beginning.
Okay, so for this one, I would like to use my mic. If you look closely here, if you notice on daily time frame for gold, we see that every single time we're having this structure where it looks like it looks like a flip zone. So what I call it a flip zone is we'd notice where price is like ranging. So price does this thing where it's like about to break or respond to this structure as a support, and then it flips it. Now basically that's what breaker blocks are. But then you can see breaker blocks in different aspects. You can see it as positive break against the zone. But what gives it that strength actually is this thing it does. So look at how many times it happened. It responded the first time here. Responded the first time here. Responded the second time here. Same pattern or similar patterns, but never really the same. And then another one here. So expectation is for it to come here. Now, what really stands out to me is the fact that in this one especially, we have an FVG. So for me, stronger FVGs come when when price is reacting from a breaker block. That's just my own observation, right? For an FVG to really, really hold, if it's coming from a breaker block's perspective, it has higher chances of of withstanding whatever stress. So normally I don't want to backtest this zone, but I want to just show something so we can get to the new range quicker. So right here we have an FVG here. That's my interest. I see that daily profiling thing I thought the other day. So here we can see rejection from here. The new day seems to be closing inside here. So we're expecting buys from a new point. So basically what I use to mark out or understand or really have my daily outlook. So let's just write it as daily outlook. I mean basically it's the structure overall, that is what price is trying to do, something like this breaker block or that kind of thing. Trend, so let's just have trend under retracement. That's where our FIB2 comes in. What else? FVG. FVGs are very important for gold. FVG and maybe breaker block. I'll just type it in full. Breaker block. In fact, these are the few major things. And then direction. So trend is direction, but then when I say direction again, I'm referring to liquidity overall. Liquidity or target. Trying to type fast so I can have a very quick one. Don't know when I press this. Liquidity or target. Now in ranges, okay, yeah. So basically this structure is actually ranges I'm referring to. So when you really understood your ranges, the structure, that's where you can now use FIB2. The trend basically is the uptrend, and then when you're not looking for FVG, breakout blocks, all of that, you're looking basically at what price is trying to do. You have to like mix and blend these things in your head all at once, right? Now this is the daily FVG here. Is what we're looking for. If I wanted to buy, I'll be buying something like here to cover here. Reason being, it all matches inside this breaker block. So normally my SL won't be this big, but because we're trading on daily time frame, I'll just let it be like this. My SL won't be this big, but let's just leave this one as the daily setup. Let's see if power has a better thing for us. So the FIB2 here is asking for us to find, because you cannot look for me, I can't look for buyers on anything higher than the, like how I put this, I can't look for buyers in the premium zone and I can't look for sales in the discount zone. So if you know the basic of the FIB2, which is the premium and discount, you know that this is the equilibrium point at 0.5. So for it to really work out, you have to clear off this high and match. For this FVG to really work out, that's clear this high and match the FIB2 to somewhere like here, I guess, or here at least. But let's be seeing. So you trigger that zone. I need to shift this thing more. The trigger is on 4 hour and it only matched this point. I wonder why. Well, the fifth retracement tool didn't do its job. But at least as far as the FVG goes, I would have still taken this thing regardless. Okay. So around what day here? So now I'm looking forward to the next retracement. And I can understand why this one held because of like it still fits that POI inside that zone, but at the same time, it's not the best of the best. But it's good. It's good enough. It worked, and that's what matters, right? Some people have been trying to understand how I do that engulfing pattern shit. I want to play my song. I think I'll just play it till the next thing I'll talk about. One thing I would like to say that I've noticed about gold is that no matter how average the day wants to be, no matter what you think about the day, gold is going to do at least 400 pips on average a single day. In fact, if it does not do 400 pips a day, it means that something is wrong or they're consolidating for something. If gold is not consolidating and it's on its right move, especially a buy move, it's going to do 400 pips a day. I'm saying this because there's this time I posted one bias and someone was asking me how was I so sure because we had already broken all-time high. But if you check from where gold always opens to where it's heading on a normal day, it does like 300, 400 pips a day, every single day. Every single day. You can't always catch the whole move, but if you're like aiming for like 250, you're covered. 250, you're covered, and that's on average. I don't like catching sales, but I'll try and catch this one. So you can see that they're moving away from the trend line. So they're breaking this trend here. And I checked it from the new range instead. So that's how I know our retracement. So what day is this? Okay, we just entered a new week on this candle. So let's look at what the weekly candle has to offer. I don't know if I should still be writing the things I was writing down previously, but here we have our FVG. So one thing we've identified in gold is FVGs, higher time frame FVGs are supreme. Supremacy. That's the thing. You have to understand what gold is good at. Not every player is going to be good at higher time frame FVGs. I feel like G is very good at is very good with what do you call it? Oh, what do I want to say? G is very good with breaker blocks. Yeah, it's very, very good with breaker blocks. So you can see I'm integrating other strategies. Now I've used breaker trend line. So what I usually do is, let me just give you this tip, because I just sometimes I just give things randomly for free. Why did you have to come and tell me that I don't used to do anything for community? No, Papa. So this should be simple basic stuff, right? But basically I've noticed that after major moves or trend based moves, would expect a good retracement, and that's where FIP2 comes in. That's where basically your FIP2 comes in, right? Now, in addition to this idea, to this theory rather, to this theory, and this theory, the market usually moves from the trend line and into the liquidity point and or FIP2. So what does this mean? What could this mean? Now, what this means is, there's going to be a liquidity point that's going to be drawing this price into it, and price is going to try its best to reach that point, but it's going to be a process altogether. And when price achieves that point, price would take its time to consolidate on that point. Like, let's put this slowly now. Usually we're all maintaining this buy trend, and then slowly they're breaking off and closing and engulfing in this sell pattern here, right? Let's try and see if we can say it. Now, this is the strategy they teach you to buy with. So they teach you buys like this. So they say high, low, high, low, high, and this means high, low, high, this means high. Now, I'm trying to now tell you that what even really makes that thing work is actually just these trend line traders, these retail traders that they're always condemning. Those people also make money. Now, market makes sure that everybody makes money, right? I don't feel like retailers even really enjoy the market. The problem with their enjoyment is that they don't get as much ROI. I feel like people that trade retail, especially people that really have the capital, you get, they're the ones with the real money. The real money trading. So on the hourly charts, I don't know if this particular thing will come like this, but this is the only available liquidity I can see, unless if they create their own. So this is the next best thing here. Oh God, pity me. Let me just leave it here first. So as a consolidation here. So for me, this is what normally price normally does. I don't really have the time to explain this one, but this is that they'll first make one stupid consolidation or W pattern, which is the same thing that you see as an SMT between two pairs, where one will have an SMT, the other one might not have an SMT, will not have its W pattern SMT, and then they will now read towards the next liquidity point, like this guy here, like this guy here. So let's keep our SL here. So let's see how that works. Holding off. Now remember, broke out from this trend, right? So we'd expect them to have a good retracement. Now let's check our flip tool on this new range where that good retracement is. From here to this high. 0.5 is here. So we can exit here or exit at this final liquidity point. Now that's where our buyers would be sitting with this breakout block here, targeting at least here. Now let's go back to 4 hour and see if we can get a more refined. Yeah, that's a very, very refined. And this is as refined as I want it to be. Very, very refined entry model. Yeah, so that's the FVG, 4 hour FVG. It's sitting inside of that breakout block. The same thing they did here. It rhymed with this one, but just that this one wasn't on the 4 hour, it was on the daily more, right? Now, let's go back to the hourly so we can see if we can catch more moves. I belched. When my song stop playing. Oh, let's see. By the way, if I had kept my SL at the invalidation point, I wouldn't face this issue. But you get the point now. I'll play this song again, tries to see. So this is our first entry. This is supposed to be the re-entry. Doesn't keep us at validation point. But imagine if validation points will have cost like 100 pips. Yeah, this one. I saw this one on Friday, I think. Okay. Oh, Tuesday. It was Ohaji that was telling me about this trade. I did not take him. I did not take it serious. I don't think the sales were serious here, but they were. So we're using the same exact same setup we had on that normal XAU Oanda. But Oanda somehow didn't reach its own point. I think I think FXA himself got to his own point. Saks will go to that same point, but only Oanda did not get to that point. But you get the session, you get the point. Sorry, Capital or Com got to this same point. All of them got to this point except Oanda. So your broker, that's how most brokers behave. XNS now can decide not to trigger this point, or they'll trigger it and just not trigger your setup. This is an example of that. It happens also in crypto futures where BTC on Bybit will reach 64K, but on Binance is at 63,800 because of so much volatility happening in that split second. You get these are the problems. So this entry, you can see how I cut it. I wanted to make it very fast. So I posted this entry. It's on the Telegram. Let me find it. Okay, I can't move this thing here. I wonder how else I can bring it here. Let me copy media. Maybe paste it. Okay, I can't. Oh, it's on the what do you call it? It's on the Telegram, the XAU chart that I posted today. I'm having issues bringing it to this other screen. Okay, let me just share the screen to the other side. This one here. So it's the same setup if you look closely. It's just different. They're not letting me continue. Let me try switching the screen again. So back to our thing. So it's the exact same setup. So how it's called basically is FVG. Okay, let me go back to before it had happened. So let's just put it here. So watch closely. We have this structure that was broken by that news candle, and this news candle swept the low here. That's showing strength on a single candle, 30-minute candle. It broke the high, swept the low. So basically, this is what we're looking at. Something like this, but very fast. So it's like consolidation kind of, like a consolidation, and then suddenly they swept, broke the high, so you'd expect to retrace and buy. So every retracement happens to at least the 50%. I don't know if you reached. You did not even reach. No, that's probably why Rwanda didn't let theirs get that far, because that's where their own 50% was. Because Rwanda's one was something like this. And I think that reached here. On Rwanda, it reached the 50%. So Rwanda only allowed for the continuation to stand, but they did not allow for this to stand. So these people actually know what they are doing beforehand. If you check and wait, just let it fit their own perspective at the end of the day. So we have this FVG sitting inside this structure. So if you notice around the structure, they were having issues moving. So this is like our breaker block zone again, but it's like a different time frame altogether. You get that same breaker block structure I showed from the beginning. That's on the daily. So whatever that's happening on the daily is happening on lower time frames too. And then let's just go to 15 and 5 minutes and see if we can find anything extra. Not too much on 5 minutes, just this structure the reason as liquidity. So let's just watch it on 5 minutes instead. And that's that. Now the continuation of that from here. That's what you're looking at here. Hold on a bit. Nice. Okay. Few more seconds. Okay. So let's go back to the XAUUSD here. Before then, let me replay this thing back to this point. So that's where we have this guy here. So our TP is here. That's when it's finished. The continuation we had was here. So let me try and catch this morning's entry. I made the mistake earlier in the morning, sure. But I'm going to explain or brief that entry for all of us here. So where is the new? Okay, this was where we entered the new day. So let me pause it here. So let me explain it shortly. Now, I got the same idea from a friend. So it's basically that same engulfing thing I always do. The difference here is how it happened. Now, basically, without having to look at other charts, we can all see that price was reacting from this FVG that we all know and love. Now, this FVG is the daily FVG, right? And that same FVG is existing on the weekly. It's not this high as of that point. It was somewhere here. Now we already see the reaction coming off from this FVG here on the daily, and should also be there on the 4 hour, even though one that did not do what it's also to do. At least when you check other charts, you see that's why it's good to actually check other brokers sometimes whenever you're trading. Now I can clearly see how they engulfed this pattern, how they swept here and closed that goal. So this is not the guy that matters, not this one anymore. This guy is not the guy that matters. So he swept this low and closed above this one. So he's overshadowing this one. Now this is where most people might take their profit or here, right? So this will be the first one because of how much of that daily profiling that we see here. But this is where its strength is coming from the FVG that we have here, right? So what is happening is that because of that daily close that we have here, it is signaling buys to our head, right? It's signaling not just our head, but like to the fact that is, you understand? That's what it is, you understand? Now going back to the structure. So let's just assume you did not catch this one. The next one is not as hard, not as simple. So the problem with this next one is the fact that this is on a Friday. Now Fridays are very stupid. Fridays will not be clear. They don't even give you the best price action until when they are done. They'll just start moving for themselves. They don't even care. So right here now, what we can easily see is engineered liquidity for this point here. This other block here. But I want to really give a secret that it's not even this engineered liquidity that really made here work, because there's also a looking other block here. There could have been there's also another block here. There are other blocks everywhere. But I want to tell you what really makes this guy stand out, what made this guy hold. And I want to tell you that it's not just this 15-minute look here. It looks simple as this, but it's not really. I'm going to show it shortly. Let's just go at TP somewhere. So let me now show you that thing I said about gold always doing 400 pips. So for me now, this is where the day opened. And from I said 300, 400 pips. Let's do 300. Let's do 300. An average of 300 to 400 pips. That's what I said. Now this was where I first caught the first one. The first move was from here to here. Let's just say it's like this. This is a top 400 pips here. Now time here is 8:15. Let's be looking out for it first before they trigger that zone. I want it before. So let's go to 4 hours. You see the same thing that they did on 30 minutes. They did it again here. So if you look closely, you see that they created an FVG here in grand style. So how does this help? So let's just say you already had the 15 minutes idea, right? This would look more as the confirmation for that idea that you already had in your head, right? The FVG that is already existing here. So that 4 hour FVG, the 15-minute structure that we already saw, and maybe if you wanted to now throw in confirmation, it would be like this. Let me try and 1, 2, there. So right here now, let's see this FVG. So what we're going to do is, even if you don't want to take this risk entry, you can clearly see how they beat this, how they pushed above this point. So to you, you're looking for like a form of confirmation for it. This is like your engulfment, right? But for me, the thing about the confirmation entries people take is you have high chances of missing out on some trades or having less RR. 6 RR isn't bad. The previous one was 7.5. Let's look at this from 30 minutes perspective too. 30 minutes, you can just see the strength of all those buys that were happening. Yep. That's that here. By the time I saw this trade, I was really feeling sleepy, so I'm not even bothering myself this morning. I think I posted the paper trade of it, so that I wasn't even serious about it. So they did that 300 pips from the open of the day to the end, 300 here, and then from this re-entry point, this was post CPI, because see the CPI candle here, post CPI, and then they had this whole effect. So this is for the XAU on normal and the normal Rwanda charts, and that's how to get that guy here. And then this is the one for TVC. TVC is the most straightforward for me. I like using TVC more actually because of cases like this. Because I feel like TVC aligns more with Xness. Rwanda aligns well with Xness, so, but I just feel like TVC does it better. Like it has if you want a good analysis, it does it better because sometimes Xness can go out of place. You get, so I always use accounts for the extra charges or spread or whatever and just put it in once. So from this entry point to the final point, we have like 580 pips here, 430 pips here. That's like 1,000 pips here. There, the 300 pip cuts from Rwanda for the new day. That's like 1,300 pips. The sales, and that is on that 600 pip move. We got like 3 entries, right? The sales were like 600 pips here. Should we count this one? Not do it so. I won't count this one. Let's just say everything was like 2,000 pips. So, but the point here is just understanding how, like, which the pairs and its strength. For me, XAU is basically FVG strength, and you just need to understand how to like combine all those things together, put it well in your head, put it well into practice, and you're Gucci. You're good. You're good enough. Nothing much. So it's supposed to be it was supposed to be a quick backtest session. Nothing too serious. And that's for gold. Let me sharply look at silver. I don't think there's much to explain in this silver. I just saw this setup. That same consolidation thing that always looks like that always turns into a flip zone. And this is the basic range liquidity concept where they break a high, like they did here. They broke a high here. Take out the range low liquidity. Yeah. Nice, this one here. Then they continued. Then this was the only opportunity I saw at first. And then for today, this was the second one where they did that same range liquidity, but for the 15-minute time frame. They took out that low. They showed strength on this other block, and then that was the reaction. And I think the continuation I got was from somewhere here, but it's not showing on that time frame. I've not even traded. I've not even had the thing was holding itself. I wonder what time frame I dropped this thing, because I don't even know what I drew here. But you get the point now. It's basically the same thing that repeats itself over and over and over again. So it's even worse if they entered inside FVG. So yeah, FVGs on commodities are very, very, very important. You just need to know how to pick them, their trend, their direction, liquidity. You can add trend breakouts and all of those little things. They make up big things, and then they don't play with high time frame at all. They don't play with high. In fact, if you're not understanding anything any week, just wait for the week to just see it ending and just be checking daily time frame. That's where the main thing is. And sometimes forgetting to anybody saying about don't get caught up in consolidation. You don't even know you're inside consolidation till after they've chop you. They'll I don't know, it might not be the same for everybody, but like most times you don't know when you're in a consolidation till you're there. You understand? Especially if you're like a daily trader, like intraday trader, sorry. That's when you always find yourself inside consolidation from time to time. So some days are like that, especially like Mondays, Fridays, and all of that. So that'll be all for today. See you guys maybe next Friday.